Yo, back and I'm proud, huh? I wanted to get this in at the end of so-called Black History Month. It's messy. All right, boom. So the Pro Radio, what up? Thank you for listening. Thank you for tapping in. Everybody's honor and respect to everybody listening and everybody else. All right, boom. So can we cancel Black culture? I think Black culture is a failed experiment, one that does not reap any benefits besides misery and sorrow. So I have other videos on this. You could Google is black, what does black mean, the etymology of black, and all of that. But what we see as black ain't, that's not what we are. Or as a culture, even the black culture, taking on all of that energy is not necessary. So boom, let me give you a little bit of science behind it. So black was first used in the late 1700s, so like 1790, something like that, is when black was used for culture, right? So it was used for culture back then, in the 1790s, 1800. Before that, it meant fierce, wicked, terrible in the 1400s, gloomy, unlucky. It meant the color of sin and sorrow back in the 1300s. Remember, words have a vibration to them. So black art is the art of necromancy. Don't they say that niggas is dead? You know what I'm saying? People are dead. Negroes are dead. It's, the color of death, black death, and black market and shit like that, right? And then you get into Negro and color. But we're so attached to these words because they've been provided to us in a certain way, and it's not necessarily who we are, and it doesn't help us at all. But before that, nobody was looking at themselves as black. So why are we so stuck on black culture? Why? Because they gave us all kind of funny shit to think that we need to be black and proud and black and beautiful and black and this. That was done by design. The system provided, literally the system, you check a box and you say that you're black, right? If you decide to do that. So the system gives you your categorization. And this categorization, they know it was instituted on purpose. And then they were able to throw on energetically and spiritually all of the sorrow, all of the sin, all of the necromancy, all of the destruction and death and projects and burnings and syphilis projects and all kind of weird shit, because that's what the box that we decided to check. You know what I'm saying? What industries do black people control? Not one. Yeah, there's hip hop, and then let's say hip hop did nothing that nothing that's been told to us is actually for what it is. But let's say hip hop, right? There's no black hip hop labels. The one who make the most money off of black culture is not quote unquote black people. So with hip hop, they don't own that. They don't own that industry. They don't own nothing in finance. Black people as a whole own nothing in real estate. Black people as a whole own nothing as far as digital property, as far as media, as far as any other finances, as far as grocery store chains. You name it, airlines. Then forget space. Niggas ain't even thinking about space, or whatever, the firmament. You know what I'm saying? Niggas ain't, or flying planes, airlines, subterranean, submarine systems, military. Black people do not own none of that shit. It is a failed experiment, and it's time to give it up. The more that we black people, I'm a part of black culture. I grew up in black culture, pretty much as black as it gets, as far as the culture is concerned. Hip hop, 1980s, crack, just drug selling culture, all of the rappers, all of the movies, from House Party to New Jack City to everything. You know what I'm saying? All the way through. Black culture pretty much took its peak, quote unquote, in the 90s and 2000s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, with the movies and Hollywood, really putting a big stamp on what black culture meant. But still in all, black people don't own Hollywood. Black people don't own shit. You know what I'm saying? And then when it comes to Africans, if you want to consider Africans, even though that's a made up word, it's not, Africa's a continent, but Africans don't consider themselves black until they decide to come over to America and to capitalize off of the black culture. Even West Indians and people that come from other cultures, whether it be Trinidad black or it doesn't, Bob Marley, it doesn't matter who the person is. People come from overseas or other places, the islands and so on and so forth, to take advantage of black culture. But Jamaicans don't necessarily consider themselves black. Trinidadians don't necessarily consider themselves black. People from St. Croix and so on and so forth. So black is a culture that is, nestled itself into the Northern America, United States area, and then now, people take advantage of it. But black people don't own nothing when it comes to no grocery stores, nothing. even in the black neighborhoods, chopped cheeses and all that, the Aki way, right? You know what I'm saying? They don't own their religions. The Muslim religion was created by Arabs. The Christian religion was created by slavery and you know what I'm saying, people, Europeans and shit like that. Judaism clearly wasn't created by quote unquote black people, as they say. Jewish people is a mix of culture and ethnicity. So again, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a failed project, man. And the more you give yourself to it, the more you are sorrow, unlucky, you just thrive in that misfortune. And that don't mean that because I'm saying to not be black don't mean you gotta be white. I'm saying colors in general don't determine who you are. You can be anything and everything. Forget the colors. You know what I'm saying? Even the Moors was talking about nationality, and that's the main thing they speak about, nationality. But that's a trick and a spell within itself. Because then what nations and all of that come, who created the nation and, all that type of stuff. The nationality is important in terms of taxes and law and breaking things down and stuff like that. Structure, I get it. But at least the Moors was talking that type of time. And from the way I see it, the Moors came over from Europe and helped to take over this place of the United States. But they still talk that nationality shit. You hear them talk about Morocco and, all that all the time in regards to what their nationality is. State your nationality. State something, because nationality ties to your culture. At least you have something that you can now state as being your own. So say it loud. You black, you're proud. That don't mean shit. You know what I'm saying? So you could pick and choose from different cultures and create, a combination of everything. You know what I'm saying? Because if you look at this family tree that I have here, the family tree, like you were that person at the bottom, and you're mixed with thousands and thousands of people. And most people don't know past their great-grandparents. And they don't even know their great-grandparents personally because they're just too old to connect with them for the most part. But you don't know great-great-greats and all of that. You don't know who they are unless your family tree is intact. So look at this person here and then go all the way back. All of them people help to make up you. So yes, we venerate and respect our ancestors all day, but at the same time, like, I don't know who these people are, and you don't know what they was involved in. So after a while, just like any level of dilution, you have to figure out your own source. And once the source is not truly physical, it's more of a spiritual nature, of energetical nature. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. And although you may have had a great song that could have been white, black, Native American, from here, this, that, and the third, that's not who you are. You are a combination of all of the mixture of things. So to couch all of that into one box and say that you're black is a huge disrespect to your ancestors, who didn't even, you go back further enough, weren't calling themselves black. I promise you that. Just like fucking Africans are the same skin tone as a lot of quote-unquote black people, and they damn sure don't consider themselves black. So that's why that whole Pan-African thing, go back to Africa, they don't want niggas over there. They don't want, you go back to Africa all you want. They'll accept you for the money and the trade and all of that, but as far as like the culture of black people, they'll take it and capitalize on it and do the songs and the music, but they don't want niggas over there. They don't want the culture and all of that over there. They got a lot to deal with colonization and all of that shit they got going on. So here's a lot of black culture people, right? Go through them all. Who's that? Solange up top? Who knows? Harriet Tubman could be a fake person. Denzel, he's an actor. He don't own nothing. Malcolm X, they washed him up and killed him. Muhammad Ali only fought in boxing and was a great boxer, entertainer. You can entertain all day. Most of these people here are entertainers. Where is the generational wealth that they was able to spread down to not just their family, but other people so that they can truly maximize a level of living? Prince, Richard Pryor, you know what I'm saying? The Black Lives Matter, Oprah, she don't even got kids. Martin Luther King, again, washed him up. Maya Angelou, okay, cool. Colin Kaepernick snuck him in here. Barack Obama's the president, quote-unquote black president. Simone Biles does flips. Rosa Parks wasn't the first person to get a ticket for sitting in the back, but she was the person they put in front of you. And we all now run with that as black history. There's so much more history to that. Michael Obama next to Barack. Then you got Serena Williams, tennis player. None of these people own nothing. They own nothing. They don't own nothing. They can't pass down nothing. A lot of them aren't even respected farther than their industry that they're in. You know what I'm saying? So let's cancel this culture. Let's cancel black culture. You got the Black Power movement that the FBI, and I already told you that they done infiltrated that. YouTube FBI informant infiltrates black culture in the 1970s and 60s and all of that. And you can see through movies such as Dead Presidents and the other movie with Kadeem Hardison where they show you they infiltrate these quote-unquote black power movements just to make sure they don't get any traction, because they understand the power of the people that come from here. But they will never let you, as long as you consider yourselves black, let you shine. They will let you shine artistically, and you can tap dance and crack jokes and all of that, but you will not control nothing here. And that was the point. You know what I'm saying? That was the point of the project. That was the point of them attacking from all sides, the different European nations and Russia and all of that, all descending upon this land, and then now destroying the people here. And the people from here don't even know where they're from now. They want to go back to Africa. Some of them want to go to down south, Southern America. Some of them want to go to Japan. They don't know where they want to go. Everywhere but here. You know what I'm saying? But if you realize like that you are anything and everything, you can now take your power back. Not black power, your spiritual power. Civil rights movement, washed up. They just marched and literally got washed up. Black Lives Matter, don't even matter. It was disrespectful, started by some white dudes. Slave narrative, it was a whole nother project. That slave thing that they put in front of people was not what we thought it was. We're the fences if everybody was slaved in. It was enslaved through mental slavery and serfdom and indentured servitude. Not the way that they see it in Roots. It didn't happen like that. Hip-hop is not controlled by black culture. As far as money and resources, you don't control the water that comes out your faucet. You don't control the Wi-Fi that comes through to play your phone. Black people don't control a motherfucking thing. All niggas got is BET, and Bob Johnson sold that. And that's one thing. You know what I'm saying? And as far as leadership, oh man, let's not go into the leaders and what leaders they put in front of you to continue the rabbit hole of acting like you're going somewhere. So you're in motion, you got motion, but you ain't going nowhere. So black culture is the epitome of having a ton of motion, a ton of things happening, but not going nowhere. The only way that they're going is where the system directs it to go. And quote unquote, the people that consider themselves black are not a part of making the system shake at all. So you could be as black as you want, whatever that you want. This culture needs to be canceled. Main thing that they got is hip hop and football and basketball. And niggas ain't no owners. 1% here, 1% of a billion is yeah, that sounds good, but all the black people play football for the owners. The basketball play football for, and hockey, same, doesn't matter. So let's let go of that project that happened in the late 1700s, and let's get into something new for those that consider themselves black. Start with your water, start with your meditation, start with your inward versions of who you are, and seeing who you could truly be, what you're attached to, what your name means. There's a lot of ways to go into who you are. But if you keep, banging your head against the system or, supporting the system, it's clear. Considering yourself black, you won't rock. But if you want to go and be a part of the boule and all that type of stuff, then you can do your thing because you'll be upholding a system that oppresses, quote unquote, black people. And that's what they realize after a while. Oh, I'll just oppress everybody else and make sure that, I'm shitting on my quote unquote fellow man or woman or whatever, that part of the people that niggas. There's black people and then there's niggas. That's what Chris Rock said, right? So there's black people and niggas. And based upon that, that's how they treat y'all niggas. If you black, that's a nigga. That's nigga. Because you don't bring that shit in the corporate world. You don't bring that shit when it's time to read a script for whoever, unless it's a nigga role. And you damn sure don't bring that shit to the NBA, NFL, and all these other places where you make the larger amounts of money. You will do media as you're told to. You will go on tour when you're told to. You will move and shake as we tell you to do. And you cannot bring your own culture into anything unless we say it's okay. Black people don't control the motherfucking thing. Niggas are still slaves. The whole system is a closed slave system, and it's a tiered hierarchical system based upon a pyramidal structure where those at top, and the quote unquote top, you don't even know who they are. And that's by design. So first things first, leave black where it needs to be. It's the black and white game, like the chessboard. Leave black where it needs to be as a color. Release it from your being as who you are. It is powerful. Use it when you need to, but you can't color you can't color everything in black. Use other colors, fam. Use other colors. Cancel this culture. Keep it moving. Raw Radio.